Good morning, students. Welcome to you all to our English classes. So, in the last class, we learned about the active voice and passive voice, and today we are continuing the classes. So, in the last class, I clearly explained you how to change the active sentences into passive voice. So, in simple and continuous and also perfect tenses. So today in this class we are going to learn how to change the past tense sentences. So once again, in past tense also we have three kinds of sentences. In past, simple past, past continuous tense, and also past perfect tense. So if you just know how to change the present tenses, so it's in the same way we convert the past tense, sentences also into passive ones. So have a look at the sentences. First one, I ate a mango. I ate a mango. So what is the first one? Identify the subject, verb and the object. I is the subject. A mango is the object. And what did the subject do? The subject ate the object. Subject ate the mango. So ate is verb. And what kind of verb it is? In what tense the verb is? The verb is in simple past. The verb is in simple past tense. So when the verb is in simple past tense, you directly come to the formula was, verb plus V3. What is the formula for the simple past tense? Is was, verb plus V3. When do we use was? We use was for singulars. And when do we use verb? We use verb for plurals. And as it is, as usual, we use V3 form in passive verbs. Okay, now look at the sentence. How to change this sentence into active, passive voice. I ate a mango. I is the subject, ate is the verb, and a mango is the object, and this is the identification part. And second one, to interchange the subject and the object. Here it is the subject, it comes to the, it is the object, it comes to the subject place. A mango. I. So here we change the pronoun. I changes into me. I becomes me. So before me, we write the conjunction by. A mango by me. Now coming to the verb, ate. So what is the formula? Was or verb plus V3. Here a mango represents one mango, that means the singular form. So here we should write was. Ate, eat, ate, eaten. What is the V3 form of ate? Eaten. What is the V3 form of ate? Ate is in V2 form, and V3 form of the verb is eaten. Eat, V1 form, ate, V2 form, and V3 form is eaten. So this is the passive sentence. A mango was eaten by me. A mango is representing a singular form. So here we wrote was and V3 form of the word ate and by me. Okay? Next. See the same example. What is the example? I, a mango, was eaten. I was eating a mango. Here also, I subject, was eating is verb, and a mango is the object. A mango is the object. So interchange. A mango by me. A mango by me. Was eating. Was eating is in past continuous tense. And what is the formula for past continuous tense? Was or were plus yesterday while explaining about the present sentences, I told that when the active voice is in continuous forms, when you find ing form, here also we should add the ing form. What is the ing form? Being plus V3. Was or were plus being plus V3 form of the verb. A mango singular was. So what should we add here? We should add being. A mango was being. And what is the V3 form? Eaten. A mango was being eaten by me. This is the passive form of past continuous tense. Next. Is it clear, my dear students? Yes. Now coming to the perfect tense. Past perfect tense. I had eaten a mango. So what is the next one? I had eaten a mango. As usual, first step is to identify the verbs, subject, verb and the object. Who had eaten a mango? Subject. What did he do? He ate a mango. Verb. And a mango is object. Next one, interchanging the subject to object place and object to subject place. Interchanging. What is interchanging? A mango by me. Okay? A mango by me. Subject became, object became the subject, and subject became the object. And what's the next one? Had eaten. This is a very easy one. Had eaten is in past perfect tense. Had eaten is in past perfect tense. So what is the formula or rule for past perfect tense? Very, very simple. Had plus been plus be. What is the formula? Had plus, here we should add being. When it is continuous tense, we added being. If it is a perfect tense, we should add being plus V3 form of the verb. So I had eaten a mango. A mango had been eaten. So this should be written here. A mango had been eaten by me. So this is about the past tense. Let us see one more example in this past tense. Simple past tense, past continuous tense and past perfect tense. He made a picture. He made a picture. He was making a picture. Next, he had made a picture. same example in different forms. First one is in simple past tense, second one is in past continuous tense, and whereas the third one is in past perfect tense. I give you 1 minute time, you try to change them into passive voice. Okay, students? So apply the rules, apply the checklist, and try to change them into passive voice by using the formulas. First one is in simple past tense, second one is in past continuous tense, and third one is in past perfect tense. Your time starts now. Within 2 minutes, you should try to answer these questions. Okay. I think you all did the answers well in your CW books. Now I am going to explain the answers. You once verify your answers in your text, in your notebooks. See the first one. He made a picture. Subject, verb, a picture. So I'll write here. A picture is the object. The verb is in simple past tense. So the formula is was or were plus V3. So interchanging. A picture, singular. A picture means singular. A picture was made by. He changes as. He changes as me. After he changes as him. A picture was made by him. So here he changes as him. And past tense was made. A picture. A picture will come to the first position. A picture was made by him. This is in simple past tense. Now coming to the past continuous tense. Inform is here. Inform is in the question. So definitely we should add being. A picture was being. A picture was being made by him. And now coming to the past perfect form. Again, a picture had been. A picture had been made by him. A picture had been made by him. A picture was being made by him. A picture was made. A picture was made by him. Here, before him, every time we should add by. Every time before him, before the object place, before the object place, we should add by. So this is how we change the past tense into, active voice into passive voice in past tense. Understand? Now, let us see one more example about the future tense. Future tense. I will draw a picture. I will draw a picture. First one is subject, will draw is the verb, and a picture is the object. Okay, will, when you find the words will, when you find the words will, shall, they come under future tense. Or sometimes without using these words also we can represent the future tense. That means simple present tense can also be, the simple future tense can also be stated in simple present form. I come to your house. I come to your house. The sentence is in simple present tense, but the simple present tense can also be can also represent the future action. Understand? So when you find the words will, shall, we use they represent the future form. Here the word will is given in the question, so it is representing the future form. So what is the structure for future form? Simply be. What is the only word that we use in future tense? Be plus V3. Don't forget about this V3 form. V3 is compulsory in all forms of the sentences. Okay? Here we use the word be. A picture will be V3 form, drawn by me. A picture will be drawn by me. So you may get a doubt where to use will and when to use shall. So here also I give you a clear picture about it. So did you understand this example? Okay. So where to use will and when to use shall. Now this shall should be used only after first person. I and we. The word shall will be used only with I and we. I shall come to your house. We shall come to your house. But after the remaining persons, you, they, etc., we use will. Only after I and we, we use shall. After the other words, after the other persons, we use will. Understand? So I shall meet. I shall meet you. So this is the object. Shall meet is the verb, and I is the subject. So first one, you is only after I, we must use shall, but after you we can use will. You will be met by me. You will be met by me. So here shall is given. So some students they think like that. Sir, when shall is given in the question, we should use will. Or sometimes when shall is given in the question, we should also use shall. That is the wrong method. So what is the right method? Basing on the subject. Here you is the subject. You is the subject. So we shall use shall only after I and we. If the subject is we can use shall. If the subject is I, we can use shall. But here the subject is you, so I used will. Okay? I think this point is very clear to you. Don't get confused. And don't give any chances in your public exam. After I and we should write shall. After the other persons, we can write will. So this is about the past tense, how to change the past, simple past, past continuous, and also past perfect tenses, and also how to use the future tense. So with this, we are ending this class, and if you have any doubts regarding these sentences, you are very free, you are always free to ask your doubts and clarify them. Okay? So tomorrow we shall come with another new topic. Until then, have a good day and prepare well for your exams and enjoy your day. So thank you for listening to my lessons.